excited about today. I'm excited about them all, but super excited about today's, and you'll see why in just a minute. We've got my very, very good friend, fellow Illinois kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Katie Mincy, on here from the blog at Little Kinder Warriors. And she brought a special guest, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, all things science. So we're going to bring them on the screen here. Hello, Katie. How are you?
Hey, Adam. Doing good.
Awesome. To introduce us to your guest today.
All right. This is Finn. He is my son, my youngest son. He is in first grade, so he is going to be helping me today.
Awesome. And I'm loving the outfits. I got to say, I love the matching Be the Yellow shirts there.
Oh, yep.
That's amazing. And I wish I had a lab coat. That would I see. So I've done similar things like you all dressed up in my classroom, but we just threw on white T-shirts that I drew on with a Sharpie to make them look like lab coats. I don't have a fancy one.
Yeah, that's totally what Finn's is.
Perfect.
But I've got a fancy one.
Yours is pretty fancy, and I'm digging the goggles you got. They're almost like steampunk goggles you got going on there.
These actually, my son Brody wore them with his Ghostbusters costume one year, so I stole them. And these are from Dollar General. Those are just a swimming mask.
That's perfect, though. Great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk all things science fun, and we're really focusing on things parents can do at home. And I know you, as a mom of 3 busy boys, are constantly doing fun things like this. So let's share some ideas here that parents can watch.
All right, cool. Okay, so since it's springtime, we're getting closer to Easter. I thought that I would do a little bit of egg science. And really, the most important thing when you're talking about science is just to build that scientific literacy and just always be asking them questions, meaningful questions about what you're doing, why they think that, things like that. But I'm going to show you some really simple things that you can do at home with things that you probably already have at home. So when we do this at school, we talk about the different parts of the egg. So we make an egg, we talk about the chalaza, the yolk, the albumin, and then the shell and the shell membrane. And then this down here is the air cell. Now, this is a really cool experiment that you can do. All you need is a clear container, a raw egg, so just an egg, and some vinegar. And that's it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the egg, and you're just going to put it into the vinegar. And then as soon as you put it into the vinegar, you're going to see something start to happen. What are you seeing, Finn?
It's like there's bubbles coming out.
There's lots of bubbles. There's tons of bubbles forming around the egg and bubbles rising up to the top. So, there are just bubbles surrounding this egg right now. So you're going to leave that overnight. When you check on it in the morning, you're going to find that the shell is actually dissolving from the egg. This might take about 2 days. So you'll take it out. I just run it under a really gentle stream of water and just kind of rinse away and rub some of the egg some of the shell that's coming off. But by the second day, the shell is going to be completely gone. And all that's going to be left is the membrane, which is part of the vocabulary that we've been talking about. So this is, feel that, Finn? What's it feel like?
Squishy.
It's squishy. And it's actually kind of bouncy. I'm going to show you a close-up here because it's so cool. You can see inside the egg. You can see the yolk. You can see the white strings, the chalaza. And you can even see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the little air cell where the chick would get its air from. So it's really cool that you can see all the different parts of the egg. And the longer you let this soak, the bigger your egg is going to get. So what's happening is osmosis, if you want to get into the science of it. So the egg likes to be balanced. There's yolk inside of the egg. There's water in the vinegar. And this membrane is actually semi-permeable. So it will let some of the water inside of the egg. And that's why your egg is getting bigger.
That is so cool. I love that. I've seen experiments like this on like not so much videos, but more so just read about them. But to see it done like that, it is so cool. And when you're like squeeze it, like you can squeeze that, and it's not gonna.
Yeah,
it's actually, not gonna pop.
No, and we'll even bounce it too. But I did want to show you a way to extend it.
Yeah, for sure.
You can put it into some corn syrup. The only stuff I could find in my pantry was light corn syrup. I was like, I wonder if it's gonna work, and it totally did. It's fine. It worked the same way. So you put just corn syrup in there. Let that soak overnight after you've made it naked. So you're gonna take your naked egg, drop it into the corn syrup, and then what's gonna happen? Again, the egg likes to be balanced, so it's going to. This time, actually, it's going to be the opposite effect. It's going to pull that water out because the corn syrup doesn't have much water in it. So this time, the water is going to come out to balance out. And so when you check it in the morning, this one's a little messier, but most of the vinegar's up at the top and the corn syrup's down at the bottom. But now you can see it's much smaller. It's a lot squishier. And the longer you let it set, the more it's going to shrink up, and you can really feel that yolk inside of it. So again, osmosis, but it's just having the opposite effect on your egg. So you can see like the difference in size there.
That is so cool. Finn, you got the coolest mom in the world. That's awesome. That is so fun. And how easy for parents, although there's someone watching this going, I can't even find eggs at the store right now. But
I live in a small town, and the grocery stores in this town and the gas stations, they're pretty stacked. You go to Walmart, you ain't gonna find anything.
Right. I was at the grocery store last night, and we have a neighbor she's 90 years old. And I called her and was like, hey, Alice, I'm running to the store. Can I get you anything? She goes, I just need bread. She goes, if you can get me 2 loaves, get me 2 loaves. Well, there must have been signs, but I didn't see the signs because I get up to
Did you get 2 loaves?
I got 2, but I get up to the checkout and they go, you can only buy 1. And I said, so I thought she meant of that kind. So I go, oh, let me go grab a different kind. She goes, no, you can only buy 1 loaf of bread.
1 bread product.
1 bread product. But no, these are awesome because everybody's got eggs laying around. And it really, you only need 1 egg to do it. You're not going to waste a dozen eggs. How easy for parents to do that at home with their kids. And what a cool, they could draw their own diagram. They could write about this. This could be a story they produce at home. Mm-hmm. The hard part with teachers, and one thing we've been focusing on so much is praising teachers who have put so much time into getting things ready to go home.
In about 24 hours.
I was going to say, 24 hours or less. And from what I've seen, what I've heard is a lot of the stuff that got sent home wasn't stuff like this. So you're doing something that's perfect for parents right now because they're so focused on keeping up with math and ELA that it was hard for science teachers maybe to get stuff ready to go, especially for our littles.
Yeah, because we really don't have a science curriculum. We just kind of have to incorporate this into our day. So, yeah.
No, so this is perfect. All right, what else do you got there?
Okay, so again, I had, this is apple cider vinegar. So if that's all you've got, you're wondering, is that going to work? It totally did. It did the same thing. It ate off the shell. It is a naked egg, but the color of the vinegar, obviously, is darker. So the water that it's taking in is going to be darker. So your egg is obviously going to be darker because that's the color that it's taking in. You can also extend it even further if you'd like and put some food coloring into your vinegar. This one's so big, I don't even know if I can get it out. Here we go. Put some food coloring into your vinegar, and then your egg, it's a naked egg, but it's completely red. And then you asked Adam, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way, if it would bounce.
Yeah, I want to see this because this is going to be cool. Well, just the way you were handling it with Finn there too, I was kind of surprised.
You can squish it, and it's pretty bouncy. Finn, you want to drop it into that bowl and see if it bounces?
Yeah, I love his smile.
Oh, it didn't. That's but, it bounces.
But you know what? That's science right there. That the fact that it broke, I mean, that's where you start to question why.
Too, when it pops, what do you see in there, Finn? What color is the albumin, the white stuff?
Red.
It's red. So they can see that the outside is not the only thing that's red. The water that it took in is what's inside of there, and it's actually red water inside of there now. So,
but the yolk stayed yellow.
But the yolk stayed yellow.
That, you know, that's such a cool thing. I'm almost glad that it broke for that one, because that just proves that it truly is a science experiment. And you mentioned the beginning of getting little ones to focus on the terminology. And when I do a science session at conferences, and I know you do one as well, that's really what we focus on, is just the scientific process, regardless of what experiment you're doing. Use those steps of the process, or what happened. Yeah.
Even if what you were trying to accomplish doesn't happen, well, why do you think it happened that way? What would you change next time? Maybe you don't hold it up so high. Maybe try dropping it from a lower level and see if you can get it to bounce.
He's looking at you like, did I do something wrong?
Just constantly asking those questions and making them think more scientifically about it.
That's cool. I love it.
All right. So that is the naked egg.
That's a great one.
I don't know what kind of time you have. If you want to see another one, we've got another. I can do it real quick if you want.
Yeah, of course. Let's see another one.
Well, this one is with plastic Easter eggs. If you don't have any of these laying around your house, you can get I know this is hard to come by too, but you can get a toilet paper roll and set it on your table, and then put just a regular Easter egg on top as a holder, because this one's flat on the bottom, so it stands. But you could get something to set like a toilet paper roll and put the plastic egg on top to hold it like that. But this one is super simple. So all you need is an Easter egg. Hold on, I got my water over here. You just need some warm water.
I love it that you're using those things. An Easter egg, a toilet paper tube, a regular egg. Is water even? I mean, can we find water nowadays? Come on.
Now, I will tell you, again, this is a complete fail sometimes. If I have tried to use just my water bottle in my classroom before and have found it's usually a fail. If you use warmer water, it works much better. And still, does not always work. But so what you're going to do is you're going to fill the bottom pretty much with water. Okay. And then you're going to drop an Alka-Seltzer tab into the water. And hopefully the top of it will shoot off. Now you've got to be quick on the draw with the lid, because if you wait too long, it's just going to keep popping, and you'll never get it to get on the egg. Okay, so you got to be pretty quick here. And hopefully, no, I wasn't quick enough. And hopefully you can get it to work. Darn, Finn, I wasn't quick enough. Let me let it fizz out a little bit and see if I can get it to work. Think it's gonna.
So the pop of it could blow off.
The top of it will pop off. And what I have here, this should have been behind it. It's just different colors, and they have to guess how high they think the top is going to pop.
That is genius.
So first, they do their hypothesis. How high do you think it's going to pop? You can have them, write down the color or color it. And then here's my tip. Have your cell phone, have your child video the egg, because it happens so fast that it's hard to see exactly where it pops up to. But if you video it, you can kind of inch it along and kind of stop it so that you can see exactly where the top popped off to. And then they can record their findings. And you can do different kinds of eggs and compare your different pops and things like that. So
I love that. That's awesome.
So again, it doesn't always work perfectly, as you saw, but it's a lot of fun.
You know what, though? I'm sharing this with so many parents of kids that I know, so I'm almost glad, kind of like the egg drop one,
Yeah.
I'm almost glad in this video that it didn't work, so they can experience it for the first time home. I'm gonna go try this with my own kids today, and I don't think they might be watching upstairs, Olivia.
Totally.
But I cannot wait to try these at home. That is awesome. So cool. All right. Well, thank you, Finn. And Finn, before you guys go, I want to say too, I know that you and your brothers are constantly doing kind of your own exploring with science. One thing I always tell parents is just let your kids get outside and explore. And you guys live in a pretty cool area. And I see your mom always posting. What are some of the things, like crawly things, that you always find outside your house?
What'd you find yesterday?
A turtle.
We found a box turtle yesterday. And
You just found a turtle.
yeah. And what did you find down at the creek?
A crawdad with eggs.
A crawdad with eggs.
No kidding.
Yeah. So that.
Aren't you always finding like salamanders or something too?
Yeah, we have. That's not yet. We haven't found. It's not quite warm enough yet for them. But yeah, a couple of years ago, we found tons of salamanders, didn't we? Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, right there is a perfect example, parents, of just exploring nature and science. A crawdad with eggs, really? Like, what are the odds that you found that? But just get outside, explore. Thank you so much, Katie and Finn, for doing this. Parents, these are great to try at home, and you're going to find more information about Katie and what she does along science and other things at her blog. It's just littlekinderwarriors, is it .com?
Yep.
All right, littlekinderwarriors.com. We'll put that in the links. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day with your boys.
I will. Thank you so much for having me, Adam. It was so much fun.
Anytime. Thank you.
Bye.